So what would you do if you knew you could? What goals would you set? What dreams would you dream? How would your life be different? What would you do if you knew you could? If you really knew you could?
My name is Carol Douglas. I first started doing hypnotherapy with Christian about 3 months ago. I first went to him to gain a method of handling my long-term pain in my back. I also have arthritic joints. So we worked on that, and I actually can say now that I have stopped taking one of my arthritis drugs.
I originally talked to Christian about learning a new sales style at work, and I thought that maybe I had some sort of a block where I wasn't learning it. That's what brought me in and made the initial appointment. Once I got in there, I realized that it was not learning the sales material. It was other blocks that were in my subconscious that were keeping me from moving ahead in my marketing, career.
I play music, and one of the things I've had trouble with has been stage fright. And so I saw this thing that says, "Need help with stage fright? I can help." So I called him, and that's what, as you can see by my sitting here, I don't have much of a problem with stage fright. So it really helped a lot.
My name is Raluca, and I'm from Romania. And I came here to work because my life was a mess at that time. And I felt that hypnotherapy is going to be a good way for me to get back on track.
My name's Matt Edwards. I'm born and raised here in Albuquerque, and my background's in real estate mortgages, but I've always been, an entrepreneur. Right now I do a lot of internet marketing, network marketing.
Well, before I was doing hypnotherapy, I would consciously, or I would know that there was nothing to be afraid of, but there was, subconscious messages that were telling me there was something to be afraid of, and so it would affect my guitar playing. Whereas where I was playing at home or practicing with the group, I would be at one level, and then when I get in front of people, I would be playing at about half of my proficiency. So after a few sessions of getting down to some of the underlying causes, and that was one of the advantages to hypnotherapy, is you get right to the underlying causes of these things, and you are able to address those both with messages which encourage you and also help you to deal with the underlying causes. So it operates from two different levels. And the end result is that now when I get up and play guitar, I'm playing as well in front of an audience as I am in my bedroom in front of my sweetheart.
The most wonderful thing about hypnotherapy, I think, is that it helps me be in touch with my soul. It enhances my spirituality. It also enhances my joy in life. I realize that there is a lot more to my inner soul, my inner person, than I had recognized, and it's really fun to use that, to use it in my relationships with my family, and to get more rest. I've added music to my life. I don't know when I stopped playing music, but now I am playing it again. And that gets me up and moving, because I can't play music without dancing.
Without realizing it, I was in a place of not being confident when I was talking to people. It was maybe a version of a not good enough, or maybe people weren't listening to me.
Hypnotherapy has been most effective for me in just setting me on the track and belief that I can do something, and it's just real effective to go along with your goals and just to get you where you want to be.
We moved back into where that first took place, and I don't exactly remember what happened. It was young, and I think it probably had to do with my parents and my father. And once that was identified, it was no longer operating in the background. And so with that taking care of my hesitation in talking to people, went away.
I have inside of myself everything that I need to change my life.
Breathing and relaxing and taking time to focus mentally on things, doing that before I go to bed, sometimes in the middle of the day and sometimes in the morning, and it really gives you, a good sense of direction.
The initial was learning that I could be hypnotized, and that it's a very subtle thing. It's not like being knocked out, and it's not like being unconscious or losing control.
And you see these issues, the underlying issues, from a safe place, and you're able to address them and then move through them and actually look at these issues sometimes which come from childhood, because many times you make decisions as a child that are affecting your life as an adult, and you go back and you say, well, would I want a 6-year-old to make a life decision for me? And one of the things this does is just make sure that the 6-year-old who made the decision isn't running your life now.
What I was looking to be in my marketing career is I was looking to be light, and I equated that as in being happy and looking to be comfortable in my own skin. And that was really what I needed to overcome. And I wanted to be confident, not confident like arrogant, but confident that I am doing the right thing right now.
Me being a psychotherapist, I discovered that it went much quicker than psychotherapy. I did psychotherapy for about 3 years training, and I discovered that through hypnosis I went very deep inside of myself, because that's where you take all the assets that you need to go in your life every day.
I went to Christian and I says, hey, look, when we're working on this, I say, hey, look, I would like to work on some of my eating habits, and can you help me with that? He says, yeah, sure. And so we did a couple sessions, and it was really strange because after we did the sessions and we finished, and he did a suggestion. One of the suggestions was that you would only eat and drink beverages which were healthy for you. The interesting thing was the next morning I got up and stopped drinking soda, and have not had a soda pop in 6 weeks and haven't missed them.
The most surprising thing I found out about myself was that there is another person in there. My soul and my subconscious mind are very, very smart, and they encourage me. They have the right answers, and I don't have to do it all in my conscious mind. I'm one of those people who has a monkey mind at night when I go to bed, and I lay there and try to figure things out and think things through. It's not necessary.
I learned that I'm strong and I can do anything. And I learned that yes, you can change your life in 6 weeks because you have inside of yourself everything that you need. And that's the most important thing, to discover about yourself that you can do anything, and you have already everything that you need to do that change in your life.
I would definitely recommend hypnotherapy to people who are having, especially if you're running up against something and you seem to not be able to get past it.
I would absolutely recommend hypnotherapy to anybody that has a desire to create change. I'm a big believer in it, and I would definitely recommend it.
The only step that it's needed to go to hypnosis or to change in your life is to say, yes, I want to change.
I think the most important thing is I wish I'd done it sooner.
When I first met Christian, what stood out to me was his professionalism. It was at a casual networking event, and as we spoke, I could see that compared to any other hypnotherapist I'd met other hypnotherapists out there in the world, but none of them had presented them in such a way where I said to myself, I would be interested in pursuing this with that person.
Christian is very kind and very patient, and it's something that I thought that I missed, but I know that I'm perfect just the way I am. So for me it was the patience and the kindness and the love and the compassion that he put outside.
I thought that hypnosis would be, Christian tells me what to do, it goes into my mind, and then I just go off and do it. What ended up happening was we co-created this together. I was awake and aware of what was being asked, and as my answers came out, Christian was formulating a plan to help me get what I wanted.
He's friendly, he's very relaxing. I was able to develop a bond of trust with him fairly quickly, like by the end of the first session.
What I loved is whenever I met with Christian initially, he was real clear about this could take 3 sessions, it could take 10 sessions. So there was a great expectation of it's up to me. And I'm hoping that I was a good student because I really was ready for this, and I took everything that he asked me to do literally and put it into my life. And for me, I got great results.
Working with Christian is awesome. He's warm, he's kind, he's comfortable, he's always encouraging.
It has been everything that I expected it to be and more. The month immediately following the hypnotherapy, and I did it for business, so we set clear goals on what I wanted in my business. I had the best month ever.
I found that in doing the hypnotherapy with Christian, I had breakthroughs in a couple of areas, which in a very short period of time.
His professionalism caught my attention. He offered me a chance to come and sit down and understand what hypnosis was, because I had mentioned to him that I'd never done hypnosis, and really check and see if I was a good candidate in his opinion. And I got the impression at the time that if I'd sat down and I wasn't a good candidate, that our relationship would have been over until I was ready for his services. Like, there was never any pressure. It was, let's see what you want. Let's see if I'm a good pathway to get what you want. And if so, let's go ahead and move forward.
Well, I had a great experience working with Christian. I think he's very professional, and was very easy to talk to, and he definitely knows this practice, and I would definitely recommend him to anybody.
If you're living a life that you think is on the top of the world, I still think that there's a time and a place where you can take it to even the next level. There's always another level. So I would recommend Christian. He gets to the point, he treats you with respect, and he gets results.
Sometimes folks ask me, how is this going to work, and what are you going to do with me? And then I say to them, well, what we are going to do together is help you reconnect with your vision of who you really are. We are going to reconnect and strengthen that vision and help you feel positive feelings again. You see, a positive feeling is really a deep knowing, a knowing that has always been there and always will be there. That deep positive knowing is really the truth about you.